Okay, so today, why not show you how to do my way of dressing a cállate la boca, or shut your mouth candle. Now, this candle is variation. I know that there's the topa boca, but this is what I have available, so this is what I use. It's my own personal way of dressing it. No one taught me how. I've figured out myself and worked out just fine. So what I usually like to do is I like to cleanse the candle. I'll usually use sage, which I already did. By the way, I saged it. But then I also like to put it through some dragon's blood incense right here that I have going. So, and I just use like the commercialized dragon's blood, just because dragon's blood is kind of pricey, and I'm a thrifty teenager. So then once you've done that, you're going to kind of you're going to carve, if you know the offender's name, you're going to carve their name crossed by shut up, not in a cross, but you're gonna cross hatch it in an X, because I use crosses for blessings and love and money and stuff like that. I use X's for hexes and bindings and stuff like that. And then after that, you're gonna poke 3 holes in the form of a triangle. One. And I like to wiggle this around in there. It's just like a skewer thingy that I had. 2, and I like to make the holes bigger to get what I put in there. 3. Now I know I should have told you guys everything that goes in here. Now, I don't use oils for this shut your mouth just because I didn't have any available at the time when I figured out how to do it myself. So I use lemon juice, black poppy seeds, and cayenne pepper. Now, after you put the 3 holes and you've made the name in an X, you're going to scratch up the wax a little bit to get it, just have the herb sticking in there, and you're going to go counterclockwise to show that you're taking the gossip out of your life. I just like to get some wax out to make it stick a little bit better, so yeah. Okay. After that, I would put a few squirts, not too much, just little ones, because I don't want to put the flame out. I usually put about 9 drops of lemon juice, and then I go counterclockwise, get it all in there. Okay. And then you add just a little bit black poppy seeds. And then you add a little bit of cayenne pepper. The poppy seeds are good for bindings, and in a way, I view this as a binding, because you're binding their mouth. But what I also add is cayenne pepper, so that way when they do speak out of turn, they kind of burn themselves, you know what I mean? So then I get that all around. Okay. 2 more things you need are 2 dimes and some tape, scotch tape. Now, you're going to use the dimes to cover up the girl's mouth. This one has 2 girls on it. The guy covering both their mouths. Okay, so what you're going to do is, the head is going to go over their face. So, tail side of the coin is facing out. So that way it shows that they're being conquered by their own mouth. Now, no one taught me how to do this, like, once again, so I mean, it's worked for me. I'm sure it'll work for you. No doubt about that. And I usually do it in an X as well with the tape to kind of keep it in place. That was a really short piece, so I have to get a little bit longer. Okay. But yeah, an X with the tape as well to keep it safe as well as crossing. And you will do that to that side as well as the face on the back. So that way you completely keep them from talking about you. Now, other people do psalms. I just use a little chant that I came up with myself. It's worked out fine. You can pray to a higher power. You can work with whoever you usually work with. Me, I have bastantissimo work that I work with, but I also like to do things on my own too, so from time to time. So Once again, another short piece of tape. So, either way, choose how you want to do it, but this is how I do it. So, yeah. Okay, so we got her dressed and ready. Now, one more thing is, you're going to put your intent in the candle, and you're going to whisper into the candle what you want. Me, I use, every time you try to speak out of turn, may your tongue swell and burn. And I picture the person being quiet, and each time I picture them, I also try to picture them talking crap. So that way, whenever they do, the bad shit happens to them, maybe the words fall back on them. Path of least resistance, people, come on. So, I repeat that 9 times into the candle. Every time you try to speak out of turn. Hello? Oh, okay. Oh, my computer shut off for a second. But you're also going to want to breathe the breath of life into it 3 times to give your candle life. And then pass it once again over the dragon's blood. Clockwise this time to pull in the energy so that your candle is activated. And then you can place their picture beneath the candle, showing that the candle is dominating them, or you could wrap it inside around it and tie it there. Personally, I'm not going to do this spell right now, so what I do to save my candles after I dress them ahead of time is I will get some brown paper bag. You all know this is useful. I will rip it big enough to cover the top. Just keep it enclosed so that no dust or anything gets in there, or any other herbs by accident, you know what I mean? Or so that none of the herbs fall out. Now, don't go putting it upside down because the lemon juice is going to go. Now, this is just a knife I have that I'm going to cut the yarn with to tie the yarn. Tie the brown paper bag on. Now, when you tie it on, I like to do either 3 or 9 knots because, I don't know, 3 and 9 have just been like very significant numbers to me, and they seem to have like a lot of power. It might sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's just how I feel. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but yeah, I tie it, and then I'm just gonna do 3 knots. So 1, 2, and then 3. Oh yes, I forgot one thing that I learned from Crazy Boy Texas and Luna Elizabeth Thorne, which I hadn't done before, which I didn't do the last time I did the spell. Worked fine, but if you guys want to do the energy, do that before you do this, and then, how she does it. But personally, I didn't, and it still worked fine for me. I mean, you can if you want. It's just, I didn't, and it still worked fine, because the first person I did it on that I had to learn to do it on was actually a job for someone else, and so it worked out just fine. They weren't talking crap. They kept their mouth shut. The only thing is, they were not seen in public for about 3 months. They were alive. They're still alive. It's just they were keeping themselves quiet, not talking crap. They weren't even seen in public with their friends or anything. So it worked fine. I did that for someone else because personally I didn't have the problem, but it worked out fine. So there's your own, my way of dressing a Cállate la Boca candle. You can add your own prayers, psalms, work with your higher power, your state, your guides, whatever you work with. Me, I do the spell with my own power, or I have the other person whisper into it for them, but I address it for them, and then I have them repeat the last steps I do of talking, and then I have them say, like, I have them put the picture down. But if it's them doing it, I usually have them in red ink or backsplit ink. I will have them write dominate in an X with shut your mouth going, crossing the dominate. And then I will have them repeat every time you try to speak out of turn, may your tongue swell and burn 9 times again. And then I have them light it, and I have them repeat that every day until the candle burns out. And then after, I put it in a plastic bag, though try to get a brown paper bag because it's more biodegradable, and I smash it with a hammer, and then you can either bury it or sink it in a river and let it go away, or put it in a box with some graveyard dirt and throw it in the dumpster. Just make sure you seal the box with some like electrical tape or duct tape, preferably black, to kind of keep their binding and working. So that's just my way. Hope this helped, and have a good night.